Today we are going to focus on one very small, very simple ingredient and the many ways to make it absolutely amazing, but incredibly cost-effective. So let's talk lentils. My name is Laura, and welcome to Applewood. Yes, the garden is asleep under a very thick and very cold blanket of snow, all while I'm making plans for the summer growing season. And that also means I am looking for every single way to stretch $1. And of course, lentils have been around for thousands of years and are all but forgotten when it comes to their incredible versatility, being one of the unsung heroes of affordable cooking. Lentils come in brown and green and are usually found very cheap at your local grocery store. Then, of course, there are red lentils, which can be a bit trickier to find, but you can get them online. I happen to find these at my local Giant Eagle. And of course, black lentils, also known as urad dal, which I bought for $1.50 per pound at my local East Indian spice store. Last but not least, I have this honorable mention, yellow lentils. They come under the category of dal, but honestly, they are much thicker than the standard lentil. Typically, these can only be found online or at your local Indian grocer. And I don't have a ton of use for these except for a delightful dish that I make called mung masoor dal, which is a Korean tomato curry I concocted using coconut milk, and I so love eating this. Based on the sheer amount of recipes you can find online, there's bound to be something that you love that isn't your standard old world ham and lentil soup. There are going to be links in the description for the things I mention here, and basically, if you can commit yourself to mastering a few of these recipes for your menu rotation, you can save a ton of money and never, ever feel deprived. The most obvious lentil recipe is, of course, soup, and reality is that the amount of varying soups you can find is almost endless. From Ethiopian to Hungarian to French, Thai, Indian, the list goes on and on. And for this video, I made just a few options. One is a Thai-style carrot and lentil soup, and if you have this kind of Thai spice blend at home, then this soup is very cheap. But much more to the American taste preference is this lentil soup, which actually felt a little more Italian, so I threw some leftover Italian sausage into it. This is also very good, lightly spicy, lightly smoky, creamy, and so cheap to make with the stuff you already have on the shelf. Nothing out of the ordinary, thus making this a very cheap option for a weeknight meal. But my favorite is this item called Madras lentils. It is an Indian-styled soup that serves very well with rice. You can get a whopping 10 ounces of this for $4.98 at the store, or you can make a massive pot of it for the exact same price at home. Try this at least once in your life. It is warm and quite delightful. Lentil patties are a highly versatile, lesser known, but never to be ignored option because these are often made with just a few kitchen staples. My favorite is mushroom and walnut, and this combination plays very well together with some Montreal steak seasoning into the mix. There are other recipes that include the addition of rice, quinoa, oats, carrots, and well, the list goes on and on. So there is a recipe for you out there somewhere. Master this when you can, because for this recipe, I got 7 thick patties for about $4. And whether it's styled as a cheeseburger or a Salisbury steak, lentil patties freeze well for any meal prep. And what do you do when you don't want to make burgers? Well, this is an option for a lentil veggie loaf, which is a hearty dinner without fuss or the cost of ground meat. This recipe is linked in the description. If you can make patties, well then you can make meatballs. I did this Greek-style version, which we served with a side salad and hummus. Shown here, it is plated up and ready for dinner, and honestly, I found this way too filling. I simply couldn't finish. If you're growing a garden, then this is a cheap summer option with homegrown cucumbers and tomatoes. But meatballs can be served just about any way you can imagine. Again, for just a few dollars, I got a baker's dozen of these, and some are frozen to be added to dinner for another day. Cheap with tons of dinner options, again, less than $3 to $5 depending on the ingredients you choose. Lentils can be used to stretch meat, and for our family, a ground beef and lentil stroganoff is a favorite here at Applewood. But what about stretching taco meat? Well, it's a breeze. Simply using seasoned sweet potato with taco seasoning can be combined with the lentils to make a fantastic tostada, topped with your taco beef, crunchy, spicy, and great for a cold January night. But then there was this idea, very much like the first, and using no recipe at all, I combined caramelized onions with black lentils. This combo was so crazy inexpensive, and for this dish, I simply made it into fold-over burritos, topped with chipotle spiced ground beef and homemade queso cheese, along with jalapenos, preserved lime, and oh yes, pickled avocados. I got very lucky while shopping for this video, and I found avocados on sale, so I bought a few, and instead of waiting for them to ripen, I pickled them up. And if you've never done this, they are amazing. Just like a regular pickle, only better, and this is a great thing to do with avocados that are either left over or simply taking forever to ripen. They store for months in the fridge and are ready for anything. In addition to the avocados, I added a Tex-Mex style cabbage slaw to this main dish. Very simply made with yogurt, oil, and cilantro. Yes, the cilantro is optional. And a bit of lime juice added. This whole dish made a very tasty and very filling dinner. All of these items came in at under $5 for up to 4 servings. Very frugal, without feeling like I was struggling to feed my family. Yes, it's a bizarre term, but hear me out on this. The reason we begin to rely on things like beans is often because we believe that struggle meals are necessary. And yes, the economy stinks, but I think we are looking at this in the wrong way, so let me explain. Currently, we have 3 issues with food. One is inflation, the price is going up. The other is shrinkflation, which is the amount of product you get for that price is going down. Then, of course, there is this new term coined in 2022 regarding products in the economy. The enshittification of whatever it is you are buying. Stated simply, food companies are adding more and more bizarre chemicals and ingredients to stretch the product. But if you spend the time to simplify meal prep with cleaner and even less costly real ingredients, and in the end you get whole food, real food, and your body knows what to do with that. So don't think of it as a struggle. Think of it as a rejection of the garbage these companies are happy to feed you for a ridiculous price. Eventually, the population will reject this practice, but in the meantime, we can take a page from those people who have done so much with such simple ingredients. And if we learn from that, hopefully, we as a society will be healthier for it. So if you like this video, please leave a comment and tell me what you are changing in your kitchen today. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Da diddy do do.